You are out. Finally, God is exposing your uncle. Your uncle is. Angel says, I need your full attention right now. Archangel Michael says, don't ignore this. This is not a message for tomorrow. This is not something you read and forget. This is the moment the truth arrives like a lightning bolt. This is the moment heaven pours out the justice that was long overdue. This is about your family. This is about someone you trusted. This is about a man you called uncle. And now finally I, the Lord your God, am exposing him. Open this now before everything you believed about your past comes crashing down. You are out of time to keep pretending you don't feel what I've been trying to show you. Archangel Michael says, this is not to shame you. This is not to punish you. This is to free you. Because you have no idea what this man has done behind your back. He wears the name of family. He has smiled at your face. He said things that sounded supportive, but his words were lies dipped in sugar. His love was a mask. His intentions were never pure. And now the masks are falling. Because heaven will not allow you to be fooled anymore. You have always felt something strange, haven't you? You couldn't explain it. But whenever you were near him, a strange weight pressed on your soul. Your spirit would shrink. Your light dimmed. You thought it was you. You thought you were imagining things. But it wasn't your imagination. It was spiritual discernment. And now heaven confirms it. Your uncle has been one of the secret forces trying to block you, trying to speak against you, trying to make sure your destiny never fully arrived. God says, I gave him chances. I gave him warnings. I whispered to him in dreams. I stirred his conscience. I tried to pull him into the light, but he rejected it. And when he rejected my light, he aligned himself with darkness, with envy, with control, with fear. And now that you're rising, now that your calling is growing, the enemy in him has activated fully. And yes, he has done something you need to know. You're not reading this by chance. This is divine intervention. Because the truth could not be delayed one moment longer. God says you are out. Out of the confusion, out of the spell, out of the illusion. You are no longer under his influence. He cannot reach you anymore, but he's still trying. And now something is happening in the spirit. Archangel Michael has been dispatched personally to shield you. Because your uncle is connected to something larger, something more hidden. A woman. Yes, a woman is involved, too. Finally, God is exposing this woman. She is part of the reason the poison continued in your bloodline. She's part of the reason you felt cursed. You couldn't explain why certain things never worked. Why no matter how hard you tried, something would always collapse at the last second. Why love turned cold. Why blessings delayed. It was this woman. Your uncle let her in. He allowed her to operate. And together they weaved spiritual cords around your path. She comes in the image of peace, of sweetness, but her heart is venom. Her words were spells. She prayed against you. She prayed for your downfall. She prayed that people would turn against you. And your uncle allowed it. He agreed because deep down he never celebrated you. He tolerated you. And when you started rising in light, when you started walking in the truth of who you are, that's when the darkness in him began to boil. He couldn't handle your elevation. He spoke behind closed doors. He stirred rumors. He made deals in secret. You think he was just distant? No, he was strategic, keeping just enough connection to watch you, to manipulate moments, to feed doubt. But God says, I saw it all, every whisper, every conversation, every lie. I was there when he twisted stories. I was there when he laughed at your pain. I heard the words he said when he thought no one was listening. And now heaven has issued a final judgment, exposure, revelation, justice. You have cried long enough for people who never really loved you. You have broken your back trying to carry family members who were stabbing you when your hands were full. You have felt guilt for walking away from people who used your loyalty as a leash. But that guilt is not yours to hold anymore. God says, I release you. I free you from the illusion. This uncle of yours, the one you defended, the one you honored, his mask is about to fall in a way even you will not be able to deny. Watch what happens in the next 7 days. A conversation is coming. Something unexpected. Either he will be mentioned or something about him will suddenly pop up. And it will be your confirmation. The truth is leaking. The spiritual world is tired of holding the secrets. And the longer they've been buried, the harder they fall when they rise. This is not revenge. This is righteousness. He has mocked your calling. He has minimized your struggle. He has played both sides. He talks light in your presence but spreads darkness behind closed doors. This is deeper than personality. This is spiritual warfare. And he has allowed himself to become a vessel for delay. But God says, you are my child, my chosen, my anointed, and I will not let this go on any longer. There is something about your childhood you haven't fully remembered. Something that involved him. He said something. He did something. And your soul buried it. You were too young to understand, but it shaped how you trusted. It shaped how you gave. And now the memory is rising like smoke from a long dead fire. It is time to let the truth speak. No more protecting lies. No more calling dysfunction family loyalty. No more silence. Your silence protected them, but it almost destroyed you. Not anymore. The exposure is beginning. And with it, God is rearranging your entire spiritual structure. The inheritance that was blocked is now being released. The favor that was rerouted is now being returned. The prayers that were delayed are now coming with speed because the root of the blockage is being destroyed. The woman, the uncle, the silent rituals, the hidden envy, all of it cut off by God's decree. You may feel strange right now, like something is shifting around you. You are not imagining it. The veil is lifting. The angelic realm is moving. Your body can feel what your mind hasn't fully understood yet. There is divine fire consuming every false altar that was raised against you. There are angels going back through your timeline, correcting what was stolen, purging what was planted. You are in the middle of a holy intervention. Archangel Michael is personally standing at your side now. He's not whispering this time. He's shouting because time is up. This cannot go on. You must know what was done. You must see the truth and you must act. Don't call it love when it's betrayal. Don't call it family when it's demonic assignment. Don't protect someone just because they share blood. Not all blood is covenant. Some are just contracts and contracts can be broken. The woman is still watching you. She checks on you spiritually. She tries to read your energy. She's scared because something she did is coming undone. A ritual is losing power. A secret is unraveling. She knows you're getting close. That's why you've been having strange dreams. That's why you've been so emotionally exhausted. That's why you suddenly started seeing signs, numbers, names. Heaven has been trying to say, it's time. You're ready. You are no longer blind. This will not be easy, but it will be holy. The more truth comes, the more freedom will follow. There are people waiting to bless you once this exposure happens. Your blessings were being spiritually intercepted. But now that the cords are breaking, everything they try to block will arrive at once, a sudden overflow, a shocking turnaround, unexpected restoration. And it all begins the moment you accept this truth. Your uncle was not for you. He was against you. And the woman, she was his partner in sabotage. They are spiritually bound. Their karma is tied. Their judgment is shared. But you are covered. You are protected. You are released. The more they try to pull you back in, the more they will destroy themselves. Do not look back. Do not explain. Do not apologize for healing. You don't owe them anything. You tried. You loved. You stayed silent. But now you rise. Let the tears fall if they must. Let the memories come if they will. Let the storm pass. But don't you dare stop walking forward. Because what's coming is greater than what's gone. And this pain is only proof that the breakthrough is near. You are out of the prison of the lie of the confusion of the spiritual cage they tried to lock you in. You are out and nothing will ever bind you again. This is your moment. This is your freedom. This is your miracle. Let the truth be seen. Let the exposure begin. Let the justice fall. Because finally, God is exposing this woman. And He is exposing your uncle. It's time. The 3 hours have now passed. The window heaven warned you about has just closed. The final second of mercy whispered its last breath. And now the realm of consequence has opened. The air has shifted. The energy has moved. The trap that was being set in the spirit has now activated. And what you feel right now, this trembling inside your soul, is not fear. It is spiritual truth trying to break through the illusion that has surrounded you for far too long. The woman God warned you about is now moving quickly. Her intentions are not just thoughts anymore. They are actions. Her plans are not just ideas anymore. They are being executed. She believes you didn't notice. She believes the delay was weakness. She believes your silence was permission. But God says, I have recorded everything. Every time she smiled while speaking death behind your back. Every time she studied your path only to reroute it for her own advantage. Every time she inserted herself into divine places with demonic motives. And now judgment has begun. Not human revenge. Not earthly punishment, divine exposure, spiritual justice. What she thought she buried is rising. What she tried to hide will now scream in the open. She is being stripped, not by you, but by the same angels who once protected her when she still had a chance to repent. But she used your trust like a ladder. She climbed high with false humility. She used your heart as a disguise. She presented herself as one who could walk beside you. But secretly she kept speaking curses at night thinking no one saw. But heaven saw and heaven is done waiting. Now she is being undone. Layer by layer the facade is falling. And God says you will watch it happen. You won't have to defend yourself. You won't have to explain. You won't have to seek revenge. You'll simply stand still and truth will begin to speak. People will begin to see what you tried to explain. People who once doubted you will come back in awe and silence. The lies she spread will start to unravel. The damage she caused will reverse in your favor. The honor she stole will return sevenfold because God is not just exposing her. He is vindicating you. This is divine revenge, not emotional anger. This is heavenly justice, not petty correction. God has waited patiently for her to stop, for her to repent, for her to release you, but she didn't. Instead, she tried to go deeper. She tried to anchor herself into your next season. She fasted for access, prayed for proximity, manipulated for favor. But heaven rejected her request. And now the access is revoked. The spiritual key she tried to steal has been taken from her hands. The doors she wanted to enter through you have been sealed shut. You will begin to see small things happen first. A plan of hers will fail. A message will be exposed. A conversation will reach the wrong ears. A post she meant to be subtle will backfire. Someone close to her will suddenly pull away. These are the cracks in her performance. And then just when she thinks she can recover, the full wave of exposure will hit. She will be left speechless because she never thought God would really act. She never thought you were truly covered. She thought your silence meant weakness. She never understood that your stillness was protection, not ignorance. God says, I didn't forget what she did. I didn't ignore how she used your name. I didn't overlook the tears she caused. And now your honor is being restored. But hear this clearly. Do not interfere. Do not warn her. Do not argue. Do not defend. Do not respond. Watch. Witness. Let the divine unravel what you couldn't fix. Let the angels dismantle what you once tried to pray through. The time of grace for her assignment is over and your time of elevation has begun. You will feel lighter. More doors will open. Your clarity will sharpen. The people who walked away will return with truth. And those who refuse to believe you will now whisper, I see it now. This is what happens when God steps in. This is what happens when heaven says enough. This is the consequence of spiritual sabotage dressed in loyalty, but don't gloat. Don't rejoice in her pain. Mourn the betrayal, but move on. Let the exposure be a lesson, not a fixation. God is taking you higher now. And this time, no snakes will slither into the garden. No hidden agendas will enter the blessing. No counterfeit relationships will survive the fire of your next elevation. You're being lifted to a place where only the pure can breathe. And the woman who was exposed would have poisoned that place if you let her stay. That's why God acted. That's why He intervened. That's why you had exactly 3 hours. Now that the time has passed, something else has happened behind the veil. A portal has opened. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but you will feel it. Favor will flow where confusion once sat. Blessings will speed up. Answers will come faster. Your name will be spoken in rooms of authority. And the delays you thought were your fault will begin to vanish because it wasn't your fault. It was the energy that surrounded you. It was the spiritual parasites that clung to your light, draining you while pretending to support you. But now all of that is being cleaned. This next part is sacred, holy. Be careful who you talk to. Be selective about who hears your dreams. Not everyone can handle your destiny. And now that this woman is exposed, others will try to take her place. But you will not be fooled again. You are wiser, sharper, more spiritually alert. The angels are still with you. Archangel Michael still stands guard and your discernment is now razor sharp. You will feel in your chest when someone carries a fake light. You will dream warnings. You will see what they try to hide. You are no longer vulnerable to sweet voices with dark hearts. And listen, God is not done. There's more being exposed. This was only the beginning. The trap you almost walked into was one of many. But now that you've obeyed, the other traps will be revealed as well. One by one, person by person, spirit by spirit. Every fake opportunity, every hidden enemy, every liar wearing compassion, God is exposing them all because He's clearing your path. He's preparing the stage. The oil on your life is too heavy to walk with unnecessary weights. Now breathe again. Feel the shift. The exposure was painful but necessary. What comes next is joy, acceleration, overflow, laughter, power, and divine recognition. They will honor the one they once ignored. They will ask how you made it out. You will tell them, God saw what I couldn't and He saved me in the last hour. This is your resurrection, your turning point, your rise. From the ashes of betrayal to the throne of favor, heaven is not silent. God is not done. This woman was only the first. Stay awake. Stay alert. Stay chosen. You made it through the trap. Now you will walk into the promise. Archangel Michael says, don't ignore this very urgent message. This is not a coincidence. This is not just another ordinary moment scrolling through the noise of the world. This is a divine interruption, a heavenly emergency, a spiritual alarm sounding in your soul. You are not imagining it. What you've been sensing that's stirring deep within your chest. That pressure in your spirit, it is real. And now the truth that was hidden is about to come to light. Heaven has been watching. God has been recording every secret conversation, every whispered betrayal, every lie, every manipulation. And finally, God is exposing your uncle. This is not meant to scare you, but to prepare you. You are out now. You have been pulled from the trap, the web, the toxic circle you didn't even know you were in. For too long, you trusted the wrong person. For too long, you blamed yourself when things went wrong. For too long, you gave your love, your time, your silence to someone who used your purity against you. Your uncle was not who you thought he was. Behind the smile was something else. Behind the protection he pretended to offer was a deep deception. Behind every hug, every promise, every story he told others about you, there was something rotten. God says, my child, I didn't let you see it before because you weren't ready. I was protecting your heart until your strength caught up with your truth. You kept forgiving even when it was hurting you. You kept showing up for them even when they were sabotaging you behind closed doors. You gave them the benefit of the doubt while they were planting doubt inside others about you. But now I say enough. Now I say no more silence. Now I say the mask has fallen and my justice is not delayed. There was a time when you thought this uncle loved you, even looked out for you. But there were things he said to others that betrayed your name. There were places he went, meetings he had, favors he exchanged, all to keep something buried. He thought no one would ever find out. He believed he could speak poison into your relationships and never be caught. He took your name into dark conversations. He spread false stories. He paid people off to keep quiet. And all the while, you were wondering why people suddenly changed around you. Why opportunities vanished. Why trust dissolved. You blamed yourself. But God says, stop. It wasn't you. It was him. Archangel Michael says, this man's time of spiritual protection has ended. Heaven has withdrawn its covering from the evil he has concealed. This is a divine intervention. God is exposing him now because it's your time to be free.